We have Joel from VCAT. He's going to demonstrate their latest product.
Cool. All right. Well, this product is called VCAT, as you can see. It's a VR-based AI shooting instructor. So this is the first shooting instructor that's based on artificial intelligence. We've emerged from the defense world. We're an Israeli company, and we're quite active in some of the special forces units in the Israeli Air Force and ground forces. And essentially what we do is we help shooters of all proficiency levels improve their shot using data and AI. So what we have here is we have a VR headset that's proprietary, and it's got a bunch of cool sensors inside of here that are measuring eyes, your stance, a lot of things about your head. And then on top of that, we've got this controller attached to a Glock 17 replica over here that essentially what it does is it's measuring the position of the gun at all time. And using these data points, what we can do is create a complete visualization in 3D of your shot using all of these data, which will then help a trainee and an instructor understand what it is that this shooter needs to work on. So if that's a little confusing, why don't we go out and check out what the product looks like. All right, so what we have here is we have a virtual range. As you can see, there's someone using the product over here. This is a live cast of what they're seeing inside the helmet. So you can see they're in a virtual range. He just took his first shot, and he was an incredible shot. He hit it straight into the center mass, right in the bullseye. What he's going to do now is he's going to check out some of the statistics for his shot. So he's going to click on details over there. And then what he's going to see is a 3D visualization of himself. So he can see his exact stance, all of the different data points of how he shot and what the things are that he needs to work on. So over here we can see his head pose has 22.8 degrees of tilt. That means he's tilting his head down about 22 degrees, where of course if you're shooting properly, you want to keep your head relatively straight, bring the gun up to your line of sight. So if he were a trainee, he would know when he gets out to the live fire range, he knows that he needs to focus on keeping his head straight. That's something that he's got to work on, and it'll give him specific tips to that point. Additionally, we measure how you're holding the gun, if you're tilting it, if it's up too much, all the other kind of like technique mechanics that go into a successful shot. There are a whole range of other things that we can test for, whether it's keeping your eyes both open while you're shooting and a whole range of other things. We've got a ton of routines in here that test things like target acquisition, sight alignment, all of these like important things that go into the fundamentals of firearm, and that's the key for our product. There are a lot of VR products out there that focus on scenario-based training, right? If you're in law enforcement, so you may have a VR product that, you know, has a simulation of you walking, down the street, and you've got to determine who's a civilian and who's a criminal or something like that. What our product does is we want to focus on the fundamentals. We want to take it back to the basics, make sure that your accuracy is going to be perfect because your mechanics, the fundamentals of your skill in firearm shooting are going to be top-notch. That's VCAT for you. Check us out, www.vcat.pro.